Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Lehman from Math with Mrs. Lehman. I'm here with, again, my 6th period class.
Hi.
Hello YouTube, yeah. Alright, anyway, so today we're going to continue working with finding percents of numbers and finding the whole or partial part of a number, and using the is over of equals percent over 100, or part over whole equals percent over 100. So a lot of kids are looking at problems such as this: 30 is what percent of 60, and they're skipping that main step of writing down is over of equals percent out of 100. So I had some kids time me while I wrote that down. It literally took me 6 seconds to write that, so I'm not sure how long it'll take me now, but you know, it should be on your paper right now. Is over of equals percent out of 100. It's well worth the 6 seconds you're going to invest in that to get this correct, okay? So that's the setup. We are now going to fill in what we know. So we've got 30 is what percent of 60. So the 100 here, because percents are out of 100, is a freebie. And we also know some other numbers. What else can we put in this little setup, Cruz?
30.
30, very good. So where are we going to put the 30?
On top.
Very good. Why did you choose on top?
Because it says is.
Right, very good. So 30 is, that goes on top. All right, now it says what percent? So do we know the percent?
No.
It says what percent? Do you see it listed there? What percent? We're going to put the blank box there. Now, this is to gear you up for when we start using algebra and we're using variables. So pretty soon that's going to be maybe like an X or something like that. But right now, I want you to put the blank box and actually physically draw that box on your paper, because a lot of kids are just leaving it as a blank space. So again, we're kind of gearing you up for other concepts you'll be learning this year. So 30 out of, and this is right here, of 60. So that tells you it's the entire amount. So you have a proportion here with one missing piece. You're going to look for the connection from the completed side to the incomplete side, and 60 doesn't go into 100, so I need to do what with this ratio?
Simplify.
Simplify. So you're going to take the GCF, divide it by that. In this case, 30 is the GCF, the greatest common factor. 30 divided by 30 is 1, and 60 divided by 30 is 2. All right, so when you have a fraction that simplifies to 1/2, your brain should automatically, if it doesn't already, this is something you need to kind of get as a solid understanding. 1/2 is what percent? 50%. Yep. So when you take 2, you multiply it by 50, you're going to get 100. 1 times 50 is 50 out of 100, which equals 50%. I didn't ask you to, oh, I did ask you to find the percent. Never mind. All right. What is 5% of 40? What is 5% of 40? So we have these different sections here. Take that 6 seconds it takes to write down this setup. Is over of equals percent out of 100. If you don't see is and of, you can always use part and whole equals percent out of 100, but these two obviously are going to be best with this setup. So what is 5% of 40? So the 100 goes right there. Where do I put the 5%? Lonnie, nice and loud. Okay, go ahead. Can you say that again? Because you said that really quietly.
I didn't know you could put 30 and 60 as one fraction. I thought you had to put them separately and not one fraction together.
That, this whole setup is based on one being part of another bigger amount, okay? So it's a fraction, part over whole, but we use is over of because those are the words that will signal us which one is a partial amount, which one's a whole amount. So when it says 30 is what percent of 60, a lot of times you guys are used to finding these where the missing piece is a partial amount here. And it really has thrown some kids for a loop today when they're like, oh no, we don't know the percent. We've always been given the percent. So any of these 4 sections, well, the 100's given to you, right? But any of these other 3 sections could be the blank, the unknown spot. But we've got to read that question carefully and see what we have. Getting this set up appropriately is going to make or break you on getting these questions right, because you could calculate things wonderfully, but if you have it set up incorrectly, you're going to find the wrong answer. All right, so let's go back to number 2. What is 5% of 40? So Tucker, what would you say we need to fill in next?
5 over the 100.
Very good. Percents are out of 100, so we know the 5 goes up top above the 100. So we notice this side is all talking about percents, right? This side is all just the straight numbers, no percents. What is, so what am I putting for the is section? It says what is. Do we know the is? No, we don't know, because it says what. What is? It's an unknown, so that's the blank spot. And then it says of 40, so it's like saying out of, Liliana? Yep, just put the 40 on the bottom. Okay, so again, you're looking for that connection. Question, Maddie?
Oh wait, never mind.
You got it figured out?
Yeah, I thought we didn't have 5% there for a second,
Oh.
so.
Right, we can solve these when we're missing one piece, but not 2,
Yeah.
right? So, all right, we need to do something to this. What do we need to do? Simplify. If you can't divide or multiply, you need to simplify. So that would simplify to 1 to what? 20. Yep, you don't have to whisper it. All right, so 20 times what gives us 40?
2.
2, very good. And 1 times 2 is obviously 2. So our answer is 2. So 2 is 5% of 40. Any questions on those setups? Yes.
Where did we simplify? Oh wait, never mind.
We're good?
I keep on getting mixed up, that's why.
Sometimes it throws kids off too. Not only does, like in example 1 here where we had to find the percent, sometimes it throws kids off because, they have to find something on this side versus on the right side. You know what I mean? It's an equal sign. So, they're equal. It's a balanced beam. It doesn't matter. All right, we're going to move on to reviewing last night's homework, which was solving these 3 problems on page 90. So if you could open up your notebooks to page 90, we're going to go through the setup of each of these. Oh, I'm sorry, 91. Thank you, Olivia. What would I do without the kids? It sounds like I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
What would I do without your help? I'm just kidding. No, until I master the art of perfection, which, will never happen, we have to rely on each other.
Nobody's perfect in life. We're all
And
different.
if they say they are a liar. Or delusional.
They're just their own person. That makes sense.
Right. You're perfectly imperfect. All right. Are we all set? We're on page 91, right, Olivia?
Yes.
All right, guys. So we're going to write down, in this case, again, is over of equals percent out of 100. And I had a student earlier today say, Mrs. Lehman, if I have it written once on my paper, is that okay? And I'll just use that same format. And I bet you could guess my answer. Is that okay? No. No. Because 6 seconds, seriously, just spend the 6 seconds it takes to write it down. Okay, so we know percents are out of 100. That's easy. Now it says 60% of 300. So 60 out of 100 of 300. So you should have had 300 on the bottom. And then that box was your missing piece for the partial amount. Who here had that set up correct on their homework? All right, very good. Now we're going from 100 to 300. To get from 100 to 300, what do we need to multiply by, Ryan? 100 to 300.
3.
Times 3, yep. So, and then do the same thing up top. 60 times 3, everybody, is
180.
180. So the first answer was 180. By a show of hands, tell me if you got that correct. Woohoo! I would say about 95% of the class. Very good. Now, let's look at the second one. 60% of blank equals 300. So is over of equals percent out of 100. Right, so again, we've been given the 100. We know the 60%. Now, it says of blank, right? Guess where the blank is going to go here? On the bottom. Very good. So we're not used to doing that. Now we need to figure out where the 300 goes. Well, obviously by process of elimination, we know it goes on the top. In math, symbols, you will see it, 60% of blank, or they'll say X or something like that later on, equals 300. But if you're hearing it or reading it, sometimes you're going to see is 300, right? And that is sometimes expressed, with an equal sign. So if you see this equals 100, that's the same as saying is 300. Anywho, to get from 60 to 300, we multiply by what? 5, yep. 100 times 5 is? So that's 500. Okay. So who had that one right? 60% of 500 is 300. Nice job. All right. Last one, we're going to speed this up a little bit because we've got lots more to do. 60, oops, I don't want to give you the answers. All right, is over of equals percent out of 100, and then we know percents are out of 100. All right, so 60 out of 300. So of 300, that's going to go on the bottom. We don't know the percent in this case. And we know it's 60 on top there. So to get from 100 to, oops, I don't want to go that direction. I want to go from the completed side to the incomplete side. So to get from 300 to 100, what am I doing?
You're dividing by 3.
Very good. It's getting smaller, so we're dividing by 3. You were right. Yep. You second guessed yourself. 60 divided by 3 is? 20. Very good. So it's 20%. All right, so in this case, for example 1 here, were we finding the partial amount, the whole amount, or the whole amount, or the percent? What do you think? Lonnie? Part, very good. This was finding the part. What about in this case, when it said 60% of an unknown, what were we looking for, Michael?
The whole?
Very good, the whole amount. And then the last one would be what, Jenna? Nice and loud. Percent. Very good. And the last question here says, how did your solving method differ with each problem? Does anyone have anything they'd like to read that they wrote? Nobody said anything? You want to give it a shot, Ryan? Now, I think some of you noticed, like I'm looking at one paper of somebody who's being shy at the moment, says they're all using the same numbers, right? But what changed? So that's a good observation, but what changed, Peyton? The position, right? You said the order, but I think you meant the position of each unknown, right? Or where these numbers went. So you got to be really careful on paying attention to the setup. All right, today what we're going to do is pretend that we are going shopping. So this is something, whether you like it or not, you're probably going to have to spend some of your life shopping. Personally, it's not going to bother me any, but some people are, not real fans of it. Either way, doesn't matter. And another thing is, we're not going to comment on the amounts of money this person's spending. Like, that's not really the point of this lesson. We're just trying to figure out how much this outfit's going to cost Priya. Right? So, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but we need to calculate all the missing values in this table. And if we come to a situation where we are in the middle of two, if we're in a situation where we need to round to the nearest penny, okay? Not the nearest dollar or nickel or 10 cents, to the nearest penny, okay? So the hundredth spot is what we're rounding to. All right, so there's a few things that we need to look at here. First of all, we know that she is shopping for a shirt, pants, shoes, necklace, and a sweater. And the top row says, the discounts, right? So this is all going to be the percent saved. So let's think about this. If she's saving 25%, what percent is she paying? 75%. Good. If she's saving 30%, that means she's actually paying what percent? 70%. If she saves 15%, what percent is she paying? 85. They're all being super shy and just mouthing the words. All right, a necklace, if it's 10% off, that means she's paying 90%. And if a sweater is 20% off, she's paying, 80%. Very good. All right, so percent saved. Original price, is that going to represent the partial amount she's paying or saving, or is that going to represent the whole amount of the item? Whole. Very good. So original price means you're paying 100% retail value there. That's the whole amount, okay? The amount of discount, that's obviously a part, right? Is that the part you pay or the part you save? Save. Very good. Oops. All right, part saved. You can sharpen your pencil. Use a different sharpener, then it might. Okay. Part saved. Okay, and then we have another row we're going to add to this, and we're going to call this the sale price. And this is going to be the part. I'm going to have to go to the side. If the discount amount is the part saved, that's what they'd be circling at Kohl's, right, in their red pen. That's the amount you saved. The sale price is the part that you are actually paying. Yep, good paying. So the part paid. All right, so we're going to have a few methods of doing this, but we're not going to get into all of them today. We're just going to go through each of these items. So first one we're going to do is shirt. So each one needs to be labeled. We're going to write part over whole equals percent out of 100 for every one. And then we're going to fill in the numbers that we've been given. So in this case, we know there's a 25% discount. So we're going to put that out of 100. So on the right side, this is all your percents, right? 25% out of 100%. And then on the left side, we're going to put all of our dollar amounts. So what would go across from 100%? Jenna, nice and loud. Very good, 44%, because that's 100% retail value right there. We do not know the amount of the discount, so we don't know that partial amount you're going to save. All right, so now we need to do this whole proportion thing. If you can't divide or multiply, you must simplify. Very good. So we need to simplify 25 to 100 to 1 over 4. Good. Now we're looking for the connections. So to get from 4 to 44, we're multiplying by what?
11.
Very good. 11. So 4 times 11 will give you 44. 1 times 11 will give you $11. So is that the amount you're paying or the amount you're saving?
Saving.
Saving, right? So that's just the discount amount. So we have one more step to figure out how much we're actually going to pay for the sweater. Or I'm sorry, the shirt. How much, or what do we need to do to figure that out, Tucker?
Subtract the amount saved from the original price.
Very good. So 44 minus 11 And as easy as that math is to do, I want you to show your work because we really need to get good at showing our work, okay? And, you know, just show your work. Moral of that story. So the sale price is $33. All right, let's go ahead and find the price of the pants, and then the rest of this will be homework. So again, label each section that you're using. If you need a separate sheet of paper, that's 100% okay. Just make sure you staple it in your module, okay? All right, this next one, we're going to start with part over whole equals percent out of 100. That takes you about 10 seconds to write. All right, so we're going to put the out of 100. Okay, so what percent discount do we have on these pants? Not on these pants, but on the pants. Xavier.
We have a 30% discount.
Sweet. All right, so 30% discount. That is the weirdest looking 3. That's the topic we're learning about. So 30 out of 100. Okay, so now we need to figure out what else we have. We have the amount of discount being $15. Am I putting that as the part or the whole?
Part.
You just switched your answer, which is good because your first one was wrong. So it is the part, all right? It's the part you're going to save. You're going to save $15. Right? We're missing this piece. So again, make sure you're drawing that box right there. Okay, we're looking for connections from the completed side to the incomplete side. To get from 30 to 15, what do we need to divide by? Or divided by 2, yep. So 100 divided by 2 is what, everybody? $50. All right, so the original price was $50. We're going to save $15, so we need to do what with those two numbers, everybody? We call it subtraction, all right? We need to subtract. So 50 minus 15? $35. Very good. So we're going to pay $35 if we buy this pair of pants. We've got a shirt picked out for $33 if we're Priya. So we're up to $68 so far. That's expensive. Yeah, she's still got some things. She wants some. Well, you know what? Our job is not to judge her. Our job is to figure out the price. Okay? Yes.
Can we use a calculator?
On these, I don't think you're going to need to. Okay?
So basically, we find the part in the whole.
Yep, you gotta set it up correctly, figure out what part you're given here. If you're given the discount amount, it's the part. If you're given the original price, that's the whole. And then you're going to write down the percentage that you were given, right? And then you're just solving for the missing piece and then plugging it into the table in the right spot.
And the sale price is what she'll have to pay?
Yes. Very good. See, a lot of kids will do this and they'll say, for example, on the shirt, oh, they figure out the $11 and they think, oh, she's got to pay $11. Dream on, kids. Dream on. So there's still one more step there, okay? Any other questions? Your homework tonight is to finish finding out the prices of the shoes, necklace, and sweater. Sit down, please. I'm not done. The shoes, necklace, and sweater, and then add up all of the prices to figure out the price of the outfit. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great, safe weekend. Please don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.